Have you noticed this? The first 2 to 3 days of Ramadan feel difficult. You get irritated faster. You think about food constantly. Your focus becomes weak. But then something strange happens. Around the middle of Ramadan, you feel calmer. Your anger decreases. Your thoughts slow down. And nights feel peaceful in a way that's hard to explain. By the last 10 days, many people feel like a different person entirely. This isn't only spirituality. Ramadan literally changes how your brain works. And today, we're going to understand the psychology and neuroscience behind fasting. The first days of Ramadan are not about patience. They are about withdrawal. Your brain runs on habits, not hunger. Every day before Ramadan, your brain expects. Morning caffeine, midday snacks, dopamine from scrolling sugar spikes. Your brain has a schedule. When fasting starts, the schedule breaks. So the brain panics. That irritation you feel? That's not hunger. That is your dopamine system searching for stimulation. The brain says, something is missing, give it back. This is why you crave random foods, you feel unusually tired, you lose motivation. You are not weak. You are detoxing from routine rewards. Ramadan begins by removing automatic pleasures, and the brain resists losing control. After a few days, something powerful happens. Cravings drop. Food becomes less dominant in your mind. You suddenly have control you didn't have before. This is called dopamine recalibration. Normally, constant eating plus scrolling plus stimulation equals brain overloaded with rewards. When rewards become constant, the brain becomes impulsive. Fasting removes instant rewards, so the brain adapts. It lowers stimulation dependence. Now small things feel satisfying again. Water at iftar dates tastes sweeter, silence feels calmer, your brain is becoming sensitive again. Ramadan doesn't just stop eating. It resets reward perception. That's why self-control becomes easier after 1 week. You are not gaining discipline. Your brain chemistry is changing. Around the middle of Ramadan, people notice. Less anger, more patience, forgiveness becomes easier. There's a psychological reason. When dopamine stabilizes the emotional center of the brain, the amygdala becomes less reactive. Normally, the brain reacts instantly. Someone insults, anger, stress, frustration, delay, irritation, but fasting trains response delay. You pause before reacting because your brain learned. Not every urge needs action. This is the core of emotional intelligence. Ramadan becomes a natural emotional training program. You are practicing controlled response multiple times daily. Not drinking when thirsty, not eating when hungry, not reacting when irritated. You are rewiring impulse behavior, which is why people say, I feel calmer in Ramadan, because the brain becomes less reactive. Now comes the most interesting change. Why do nights feel different in Ramadan? Even tired people feel peaceful after terawih. This happens because fasting changes attention patterns. During the day, your brain suppresses impulses. At night, mental noise reduces. Your mind becomes quiet enough to notice meaning. Normally, your brain is busy chasing stimulation. Ramadan removes stimulation, and meaning becomes noticeable. This is why reflection increases. You think deeper. You feel gratitude more strongly. Spiritual experiences feel stronger. Not because the environment changed, because your attention changed. By the last Ashra, many people experience something unique. They feel like a better version of themselves. Less attached to habits, less reactive, more reflective. This is called behavioral identity shift. When you repeatedly control urges for weeks, the brain updates self-image. You stop thinking, I can't control myself, and start thinking, I choose my actions. Ramadan trains the brain to separate desire from action. That single skill changes personality. This is why some people permanently quit addictions in Ramadan. Not willpower. Identity rewiring. Ramadan is not only about avoiding food. It is a structured psychological reset. First, withdrawal, then recalibration, then emotional stability, then identity change. You don't just fast from eating. You fast from impulsive living. And when the brain experiences control long enough, it learns a powerful lesson. You are not your urges. You are the one who decides. And that might be the real transformation of Ramadan. Before you leave, notice something. Today, you didn't just learn about the brain. You understood yourself a little more. And that's what Psychora is about. Because psychology isn't only information, it's awareness. If this video made you see your behavior differently, then the video already did its job. Subscribe only if you want to keep understanding your mind. I'll see you in the next one.